Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Brian Winnekins from NAFB Convention in Kansas City. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors, including Synergy Co-op, Osteoplastics, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Annabis Silo, Compure Financial, and Elsivia Co-op. And joining us right now is Andy Ackley, is with Golden Harvest Seeds, and Jerry Barron Sons, our Golden Harvest Seeds dealer, serving western Wisconsin. And we're going to get a little look at the 2022 growing season, but also tar spot concerns. Andy, thank you for joining us. Well, first for the recent growing season, just a little bit of a challenge with some of the weather, but how did the Golden Harvest Seeds perform?
Overall this year we're very pleased with the overall performance of Golden Harvest. The last few years we've had the opportunity to bring on some really new and exciting genetics with really broad adaptability, working well across the country, but certainly doing extremely well in Michigan as well. Coupled with some of our old standards like O2K39, we really feel like we have a lineup that competes extremely well in the overall market and really provides great solutions for customers.
And, one of the things, while we got through the growing season, okay, we had some of those issues with the drought, but another issue that's been creeping into Wisconsin, it kind of started in the south and Illinois and all that, but it's coming, and it's in Wisconsin, and it's moving north, is tar spot. What have you seen with tar spot?
Yeah, this year in Wisconsin we did see a lot of tar spot, especially in the southern part of the state, but it was pretty far reaching. The interesting thing about tar spot this year in particular was it came in a little later, and a lot of producers thought it was late enough that it really wouldn't affect yield, but in fact it came in with such veracity late in the year that it actually did affect grain fill and overall really affected late season yields for a lot of products right in Wisconsin. Tar spot really starts off kind of looking like somebody peppered a leaf, and those little raised bumps don't come off when you try to rub them, and they'll grow a little lesion right around that bump, and it really affects the overall plant. In fact, it affects the health of the plant so much that other diseases will come in and cause concern as well.
What are some of the strategies to manage this? I mean, do we have to start spraying something different, or what do we have to do?
Yeah, it is something that's going to have to be managed. There really is no simple solution for control of tar spot. There are a few things you can do. Certainly starting with a hybrid that offers good tar spot tolerance. Up in Wisconsin, a lot of our earlier products in maturity have great tolerance to tar spot. It's a good place to start. Using fungicides is also something that's really going to become paramount, and in many cases, multiple applications a year. We're really excited about Travapro and Miravis Neo as really good tar spot control agents. Rotating can certainly provide some help. The data on that is still a little bit out, but we feel like rotating and burying residue will certainly help reduce inoculum in the fields. But rotating, burying your fodder, using a fungicide, and choosing a product that has good tar spot tolerance is really kind of the full meal deal that I think we're going to have to start deploying in order to really have effective control of tar spot.
You mentioned, burying. That means we're going to start tilling again. And boy, there's that no-till for cover. It's soil health and all of that. Are we giving that up though if we're trying to do the burying?
Oh, absolutely, and that is a challenge. And no-till, no doubt, right? Very, very good for soil health. Very good for conservation. Something that we don't necessarily want to break. So in those environments where you are conventional tilled, it's a nice thing to add. If you are in a continuous no-till situation, rotating crops is going to help. Again, the data on that is it's a help. It's not a solution. But rotating crops using fungicides is really something that I think we're going to have to just get used to doing. Do it every year. Follow the models. Know when that infection is going to take place. Make sure you get your applications on in a timely fashion. And most importantly, and I think this is really going to be the driver, is just choosing hybrids that have really good tolerance to tar spot. we have a number of those products that are very effective for control of tar spot, and I think that's a good start to really being able to maintain your yields in a bad tar spot year.
Some good advice. You can talk with Ted and the staff over at Jerry Bear & Sons, your Golden Harvest seed dealers serving western Wisconsin. That's Andy Ackley with Golden Harvest Seeds from the NAFB convention. I'm Brian Winnikins.